Hey everybody, welcome to Country Girl with Kathy Jarvis. And today we're going to do step 2 on our stepping stone. And that is to transfer it over to the actual stepping stone itself. Now if you remember correctly, we did this over the picture and over the drawing. And now we got to transfer it to the stepping stone. And we put the contact paper on it to hold it all together. Now if this was a small piece, I could just lift up the contact paper like this and transfer it over. But since it's got these smaller pieces, they don't have as much surface area to make contact with the paper. So I can't do that without loosening some of the stones. So what I'm going to have to do is take another box, a piece of cardboard, lay over it like this, and then flip the whole thing over. Once I get it flipped over, I can take my drawing off of the back, and you'll notice that this is the back side of the mosaic. So now what we need to do is go and make any corrections on the spacing of the stones that you want. Replace any that have come off and put them back where they belong. And then you can proceed to the next step. And the next step was I'll take the board that I had it on, and I will trace the stone itself onto this board. That way I will know exactly where to line up the stone at. Okay, I've got the stepping stone outline. Now this is to help me when I put the stone down to know where it's at. It also allows me to pull this over here like so, and I can line that up exactly the way I want it for that stone to go on. So now what I'm going to do is, like I said, double check, make sure all the spaces are filled in, and I can see how it's going to look. And then I will have to butter up the stone and set it onto this piece. All right, we've got the I've got the design turned upside down, and I've got the stepping stone. I got my gloves, I got my mortar, my thin set, the water to mix it with, stir stick, the tool that I'll need to smooth out the thin set, and the extra tiles in case I need them. Now the first thing we need to do is look at your stone and see which side you want to use, because these stones usually have one side will be right up to the edge and the other side will be a beveled edge. And since my design comes right up to the edge, remember I traced the stepping stone out so I could center this onto it correctly. And so we're going to use the side that's got the square edge. First thing you have to do is mix up your thin set. Now I'm using a towel repair mortar. It sets quickly. I have 20 minutes to work on this once I get it done, once I get it mixed. And the reason I chose this is because this is for a shower installation. So this can go underwater. And since this stone is going to be outside all the time, I wanted something that's definitely waterproof. The instructions say to mix it with 4 ounces of water. Now if you're going to color your grout, or the thin set, you'd have to add your powder to your color to this thing now. Now, a lot of people use a mask when they're doing this, but since I am not going to be pouring it into anything else, I'm just going to use this container. I'm just going to very carefully pour the water in and start stirring it up. You want it stirred up really well. You want to get all that powder wet. You don't want any dry. Kind of reminds me of sour cream when you get the right consistency. Make sure you get all the mortar in the bottom. Okay, when you get to the consistency you want, put it onto your tile. Make sure it's mixed up really, really well. You only get too much water in it, but you want it to be spreadable. There we go. Okay. All right, much better. Okay, put that on to your, and then spread it out. All the way to the edge. You'll have to add more as you need it. And that's just why I wear gloves, so I can grab what goes off the side. Notice I covered my picnic table with a tarp, and I put plastic over the tarp just so it keeps it from getting dirty. Keep the cement off of the stepping stone. I mean, off of the picnic table. Once you get it spread even, you take your tool at a 45-degree angle, and you'll notice it's got notches on the edge. What you do here is you make little grooves, like so. Okay? Clean off the edges. Now we're going to pick up the stone. Hold my design over here. And we're going to line up the design with the stone. This is where those lines come in handy. Press it down. At this point, I usually take the gloves off, and we're going to flip it. Now we can pose the design to whatever place we need it to be posed to. If we need it to be moved forward, we move it forward. We can move it sideways a little bit, just so it lines up. Now at this point, I can either take it off, take the contact paper off, or I can leave it. If you take it off, you have to be very careful. Or you can leave it set into this. If you got where you want it and you don't see any really bad areas, you can leave it like this and just set. Now this has to dry 2 hours at least to set. If you want to take the paper off, you have to hold each little stone down as you maneuver it. But the advantage of taking it off is that you can reposition any stone that you want that's not quite where you want it at, or if it has too much mortar that's come up and will not allow enough grout line. And if you don't want to grout it, you don't have to grout it. You can use the thin set as a grout. Okay, once you get it the way you want it, you need to get the mortar off the top. You don't want that to harden up on top of there. But you gotta do it very gently, because you don't want to get your mortar too wet either. Alright, now all I have to do is wait for the thin set to dry, and this baby will be done. I don't know if you can notice in this video or not, but the way the sun hits those wings, they just shine. I'm really, really pleased with the way those turned out. All right, remember to like, share, subscribe. Thank you for watching. Thank you so very much. And remember, please subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video. Dream big, follow that dream. Bye, everybody.